Coffee, Kansas to Halstead, Kansas. I'm a sophomore here at KU, majoring in English and Women, Gender, Sexuality Studies. Hoping to go into higher ed administration or student affairs. Want to work with other queer and trans kids and other members of the LGBTQ community who are going through college and finding their own individual identities. I have been openly trans in one way or another for about the last year and maybe a couple months. I started identifying as genderqueer shortly after I came to KU, although I wasn't necessarily I was out, but I wasn't always going to put that forward immediately. Around the beginning of the second semester last year, so spring of 16, I started openly identifying as genderqueer and transmasculine. So I identify with masculinity and the general societal norms that go along with that, but I don't conform to all of it, and that's where the genderqueer part comes in. Something that is immediately obvious as I'm sitting out here is the fact that I was allowed to live in a traditionally men's hall this year. That was a little bit of legwork on my part, simply because there isn't a process that's really talked about. There is a process for it, but it's very recently made, it's very new. It's not something that we talk about in the housing groups, so it was very hard to actually get the information from anyone how I could get switched into men's housing. I think what gave me the confidence to come out was the fact that I found a lot of people in the community here, in the LGBTQ community and in my community of friends, that were very accepting of my identity as I slowly came out to each of them, so I finally decided to just be completely open about it. I also came out entirely to my family, to everything, over the summer in wake of the Orlando shooting at the Pulse nightclub. It's really hard to just give general advice in this case because there are so many different ways that people go through their transitions and different struggles that we all face. I would definitely say be as true to yourself as you can be safely. I understand that there's a lot of people who are out there who are just gonna say, be yourself, it doesn't matter what other people think. But it, unfortunately, in our society and in our world, it does. That being said, if you are in a space where you feel comfortable and you feel safe, don't be too afraid to be who you are. There is a lot of stigma against being trans or being gender non-conforming or non-binary in our society, and it's awful. It's really hard to sit through, but being able to finally be who you've always been inside to the rest of the world is really, really freeing and really important. Having obviously gone through this recently myself, there's just this weight that's lifted off of you when you finally start being who you are.